friends over the internet and in the real world, whatever that is, have become interested in the Legend of Zelda series. And with the series reaching its 30th anniversary next year, it is quite likely that there are a large quantity of Nintendo fans, and fans of gaming in general for that matter, that are too young to have played the series from the start, or were too busy playing non-Nintendo consoles instead. Shame on you. So, this video is especially for those who want to get into this massive, hugely engrossing series, and who want to brush up now in preparation for the long-awaited Wii U entry into the series. This is my list of recommended Zelda media to consume, and it's not in any particular order either. Because I'm helpful, I'll even tell you the easiest legal ways to play these magnificent games. First up is A Link to the Past, the third game in the series and in my opinion one of the best games ever made. Released in 1991 in Japan and 1992 in the rest of the world, this is a game that surpasses the previous two NES entries with an epic quest spanning 2 entire worlds and 13 dungeons. It's the first of the Zelda titles to really go full throttle with an in-game narrative, and the in-game music is phenomenal. This is the game that defined a lot of the gameplay mechanics and story tropes for the entire series, and arguably elevated Link's adventures into gaming greatness. For those who wanted to take their quest on the go, Link's Awakening was everything you could have hoped for in a Game Boy take on The Legend of Zelda. Released in 1993, it was every bit the adventure A Link to the Past was, only on a tiny screen. It was also quite a tonal departure for the series, with some very quirky characters and offbeat moments, including a few side-scrolling areas. Yet it still feels like a Zelda game should feel, which is no mean feat considering the age of the Game Boy hardware by the time this game would come around. If you were to ask most fans of the series what game they deemed to be the best Zelda title, 1998's Ocarina of Time is the answer you would likely hear. This N64 smash took full advantage of the system's abilities by finally putting you in a 3D representation of Hyrule, split between Link's present day as a member of the Kokiri tribe and his future as the legendary hero of time. More importantly, for a relatively early 3D game, the camera and controls were spot on, implementing the now popular Z targeting modes, allowing players to focus on important things like NPCs and enemies. While admittedly it's not my personal favourite Zelda game, even I cannot deny the importance and excellence of this much loved adventure. Ocarina of Time was a tough act to follow, as was its very odd semi-sequel Majora's Mask. In 2000, at the Nintendo Space World Conference in Japan, early demos of Nintendo's next console, the GameCube, showed brief footage of a battle between Link and his mortal enemy Ganondorf, with visuals far surpassing that of Ocarina of Time. However, what gamers would eventually receive would be the last thing they expected, as The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker hit the GameCube in Japan in 2002 and the rest of the world in 2003. Gamers were hasty to criticise the brand new cel-shaded visuals, but those negative thoughts were soon washed away by an adventure that brought something new, with a grand scene to explore and plenty of new characters to meet and fall in love with. What it lacked in dungeons, it made up for in very memorable moments, including some very emotional scenes that will make even the most hardened of gamers reach for something to dry their eyes. Finally, if you've experienced all of the games on this list, then I would highly recommend that you obtain a copy of Hyrule Historia, a hefty tome that is essential reading for any Zelda fan. This 276-page tome is the closest thing we have to a Zelda encyclopedia, containing a ton of information about the whole series, while also clearing up some long theorised timeline of the entire franchise. It's filled with so much interesting information, some beautiful concept art, and is well worth a read just to get a feel for the series as a whole. I hope you enjoyed this little introduction, or more like a primer guide on how to get started with the Legend of Zelda series. Hopefully you will take some of these recommendations on board and start to explore this wonderful world of Hyrule and the adventures of Link and of course Zelda. Thank you very much for watching. As always, please subscribe to the channel, please share videos with your friends, follow me at PugHoofGaming on Twitter, and until next time, happy gaming!